Hello students, today let us learn about pre-cooling and pre-storage treatments. Let us start with the introduction. One of the very important operations in the package house is the pre-cooling treatment. The primary factors that are responsible for deterioration of fruits and vegetables is higher respiration, transpiration, enzyme activity, and pest and disease attack. These factors increase with increase in temperature. It is very much essential, therefore, that the temperature of the harvested fruits and vegetables should be kept at minimum. Pre-cooling is the treatment that is taken up to reduce the field heat. The farmers generally harvest their crop during early morning, late evening, and keep the harvested produce in the shed so that the lower temperature is achieved. This temperature should be achieved in the shortest possible time. There are various methods of pre-cooling. The pre-cooling methods are discussed below. The first method is icing, also referred to as contact or top icing. This has been in practice since many decades. In top icing, the ice crystals are placed over packing boxes or directly over the produce. The ice melts, lowering the temperature of the produce. Top icing is mostly used during transportation and shortly after harvesting. The second method is room cooling. It is the method by which temperature is drawn out by placing the harvested produce inside a cool room. The room consists of a refrigeration unit across which air is passed using a fan. This type of cool store may be used for storing fruits and vegetables for few days or for temporary accumulation of fruits till sufficient horticultural commodity could be gathered for marketing. The air may be blown from the top and falls through the crop by convection. Air can also be blown at the bottom of the store in room cooling. The time taken for removing heat is sometimes more. The next method is hydrocooling. Rate of heat transmission is faster from solid to cool water than to cool air. When the produce is dipped in ice cold water, the water surrounding the commodity will be heated up. However, this heating is very slow. In air cooling, there is loss of moisture, but in hydrocooling, loss of moisture is minimum. In this method, the commodities are dipped in cool water. The water is passed through a heat exchanger so that the temperature is maintained constantly at low temperature. In this system, the fruits get cleaned as well. However, in the long run, the water may get contaminated and may become a source of infection. Chlorine should be added at particular intervals to keep the water free from infection. The next method is vacuum cooling. In this method, cooling is achieved by lowering the atmospheric pressure in a hermetically sealed chamber. The pressure is reduced till the vaporizing point of water in the chamber is reduced to cool the produce. Highly perishable commodities like leafy vegetables and salads, grapes, etc., which are difficult to cool with water or air, are cooled by this method. The advantage of vacuum cooling is its speed of cooling and uniformity. Let us now see the other pre-storage treatments. Apart from pre-cooling, harvested fruits and vegetables undergoes several preparatory steps before storage, transportation and marketing. These pre-storage treatments help in hygienic and long-time storage of fruits and vegetables without getting deteriorated. The first method is reception. Fruits or vegetables are harvested and carried in containers and transported to the reception area of package house. There are two methods of unloading, wet method and dry method. In wet method, the fruits are dumped into chlorinated water in channels, and the fruits travel along the channel. In this method, the injury is minimum. In dry dumping method, padded slope ramps or moving conveyor belts are used. However, damage of fruits can be reduced considerably with the wet method. The next method is washing and cleaning. Lots of dust, dirt and microorganisms remain attached to the horticultural commodities at the time of harvest, especially in case of vegetables. Because of their proximity to the ground, a lot of soil particles and microorganisms remain attached to the vegetables. Apart from it, the horticultural commodities in situ are often sprayed with various chemicals. For some fruits, dumping in water is sufficient, but some needs brushing. After cleaning, the water from the commodities should be removed. It is achieved by using foam rollers or passing dry and hot air or by using the technique of centrifuge. The next step is drenching. Some fruits or vegetables need some drenching treatment to reduce the infections or physiological disorders. Example, drenching in calcium chloride. Here, either the chemicals are sprayed on the fruits in bins or bins are immersed in a water bath containing the chemicals. The next method is trimming. Trimming is mostly popular in vegetables. All the rotten, diseased yellow leaves, insect or disease infected leaves or parts etc. in vegetables like cabbage, spinach, lettuce etc. should be removed before storing. Leafy vegetables like spinach, green onion, fenugreek, coriander leaves are tied in bundles. The next step is curing. Curing is mostly adopted in the underground tuberous crops. Crops like sweet potato, yam etc. are exposed to ambient temperature containing high temperature and high humidity for a few days so as to encourage the healing process. In such condition, there is formulation of periderm layer at the injured part which helps in rapid healing. The tuberous crops at the time of harvest have a very delicate skin, high moisture content and are prone to injury during harvesting. If the crops are stored without curing, decay sets in early and the crops shall have a poor storage life. Potatoes are cured at a temperature of 45 to 60 degree Fahrenheit and high relative humidity of 85 to 95% for 2 weeks. The next is pre-sorting. Pre-sorting is done to remove some of the produce at the early stages so as to reduce pressure during final grading. Here, minimally trained human graders can be used. Machine vision color sorters and precisers remove the poorly colored fruits and fruits that are extremely small or large respectively. The next is sorting or grading. Sorting or grading is an important operation. Here, fruits and vegetables are graded according to their size and quality. Sizing is important because it helps in packaging and leveling of the produce. Although lots of machines are used during sorting, manual sorting is sometimes unavoidable. Trained sorters are required to perform this highly skilled job. For large-scale sorting, generally grading machines are used. The next is degreening. Consumers generally prefer attractive color of the fruits and vegetables. Degreening is the process where the fruits are exposed to certain chemicals like ethylene, which induces attractive color development. The next step is waxing. Fruits and vegetables have a natural waxy layer on its surface which checks the loss of moisture and reduces the rate of transpiration. However, during harvesting and post-harvest handling, the natural waxy layer is removed, leading to reduction of shelf life of commodities. The next is hot water treatment. Generally, fungicides are used to control post-harvest diseases of fruits and vegetables. However, it has been found that by dipping them in hot water, effective control of some of the disease pathogens can be achieved. However, combination of both hot water and fungicide has a synergistic effect. The temperature used is generally 50 to 55 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. The next is vapor heat treatment. In vapor heat treatment, fruits are packed in boxes and are stacked in a room. The temperature of the room is raised and vapor is injected into the room. This treatment is applied to control all the stages of fruit fly in fruits like citrus, mango, papaya, pineapple, etc. The temperature is generally maintained at 43 degrees Celsius in a saturated condition for 8 hours and further kept at the temperature for another 6 hours. The larval stage is the most difficult stage to control because it is away from the surface. Some of the fruits may get injured when they are exposed to vapor heat treatment. The next method is chemical treatment. There are certain chemicals other than fungicides which are used to enhance the shelf life of fruits by delaying ripening and senescence process. Gibberellins are found to delay ripening in fruits like banana and tomato. Cytokinin is mostly used in vegetables to enhance shelf life. The green color of pods can be retained by applying IAA solution. Next is ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation is a physical method of treatment which is generally used to disinfect commodities without much increase in temperature. It is also used to inactivate the enzymes, thus helps in extending the shelf life in crops like mango, banana, etc. It can also be used to prevent sprouting in potatoes, onion and garlic. The next step is packaging. The main functions of packaging are containment, protection and identification. For fresh fruits and vegetables, various packaging materials like gunny bags, bamboo baskets, wooden boxes, plastic crates, corrugated fiber board boxes or CFB etc. are used. However, because of lighter weight, good stacking strength, printability etc., CFB boxes have become very popular. The next step is leveling. Leveling is an important package house operation before storage. Barcoding, usually seen on the package, contains almost all the information of the produce that are inside the packaging material. The leveling becomes important if some problem arises regarding the quality of produce so that the point of lacuna may be identified. Next is quality control. Before the fruit or vegetables are sent for marketing, quality check is a must. Some companies have their own certified quality control technician who not only checks the produce during the final packing but also checks the produce at the different stages from harvesting to final packaging. The next is palletization. Here, the individual cartons or containers are stacked over some platforms generally made of wood so that handling and transportation becomes easier. It also reduces the cost of transportation. The next is cooling. During handling of the produce, the temperature may again increase even though they were cooled earlier. The produce may again be cooled by exposing them to pre-coolers, which quickly reduces the temperature before they are transferred to the normal cool storerooms. Next is cold storage. The function of cold storage is not to reduce the temperature but to maintain the temperature at a particular low level suitable for the fruit. The shelf life is maximum when the produce are kept at the lowest temperature, but the temperature should be above the temperature that may cause the chilling injury. Let us now see the conclusion. The rate of respiration and transpiration as well as microbial load on the fruits and vegetables must be kept at the minimum in order to increase the shelf life of fruits and vegetables. The fruits and vegetables should therefore be exposed to low temperature immediately after harvest to reduce the field heat. Moreover, one should also take care of other pre-storage treatments like washing, curing, hot water treatment, degreening, waxing, chemical treatments, packaging etc. in order to have extended shelf life of the horticultural produce. Thank you.